What if the cracks in your heart aren't signs of permanent damage, but the very places where light is finally getting through? What if learning to love again isn't about finding someone new to fill the void, but about rediscovering the capacity to be open in a world that tells you it's safer to stay closed? Today, we're talking about the bravest thing a human being can do, coming out of an emotional bunker. We're exploring how to move forward when you're carrying the weight of what didn't work. And I'm going to share with you 5 ways to start rebuilding that internal architecture. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Catalyst Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and you can catch us on all your favorite platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. You can also listen to our episodes on Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and our home at Podbean. Folks, we want to hear from you. If you're interested in becoming a guest or contributing, please reach out to us at catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. That's catalystmotivationpodcast@gmail.com. Join the Catalyst community today and really be part of something truly transformative. To see listeners from all over the globe is so overwhelming. We do this because we love it. We started off telling my story, the journey through cancer, and we have throwback episodes that come out every Monday and new episodes come out every Wednesday. So you can hear the story and how we developed, and to see that we're at 144 episodes is just unbelievable. So welcome to episode 144, The Brave Architect, or The Brave Architecture of the Heart. Well, I've been there. I know you've been there. We've all been there, right? That hole in your heart, kind of soul-breaking heartbreak, right? I remember sitting in a coffee shop about 8 months ago after a major breakup. A perfectly nice person asked if the chair across from me was taken, and my internal alarm went off like a bank heist was happening. I wasn't just protective of my space, I was protective of my existence. I convinced myself that my vulnerability was the same thing as strength. Spoiler alert, it's not. It's just a very lonely form of armor. Or maybe you recognize the comparison ghosts, right? You finally go on a date, right? And instead of seeing the person sitting across from you, right, their weird laugh, their interesting stories, you're busy measuring them against every person who hurt you. You're looking for the tells, right? The red flags, right? The exit signs before the appetizer even arrives. We try to live in the future to avoid the pain of the past, and in doing so, we completely miss the present. It's messy. It's exhausting. And it's how we accidentally keep ourselves from the very thing we crave. So, you're asking yourself, how do we dismantle the bunker, right? Well, that's simple. You do it brick by brick. So, let's grab ourselves our smartphone, our notepads, our sticky notes, whatever you use, a writing utensil, whatever it is. I'm going to give you 5 ways to start loving and living again. Okay? 5 ways to move forward. Are we ready? Go on, grab it. Don't just sit there and listen. Pick it up and write these things down. Okay, here we go. Okay, the first one is audit the story of the end. Audit the story of the end, okay? We all have a narrative about why things didn't work. Usually it's a story where we either are the victim or the villain, right? To move forward, you need a third story, the growth story. It's not, they broke me. That season taught me what I will no longer tolerate. Change the label, and change the life. Okay? Number 2, Number 2 is practice micro vulnerability. Practice micro vulnerability. Okay. You don't have to give someone your house keys on day 1, right? Start small. You can do something like tell a friend how you're actually doing, or admit to a coworker that you're nervous about a presentation. Vulnerability isn't a muscle, all right? Or actually, strike that, it is a muscle, right? So if we don't use it for the small things, it won't be there for the big ones. So think of vulnerability as a muscle, all right? Start small, right? We don't have to take the whole thing on at once. Micro vulnerability, small starts, all right? Number 3. Okay. Number 3 is forgive your former self. This is a big one, okay? Right? We often aren't mad at the ex. We're mad at ourselves for staying too long or ignoring the signs. Oh, boy, have I stayed too long. On multiple occasions, I have stayed too long, right? But hear me out, right? We're doing the best we could with the tools we had at the time, right? We're learning and growing and developing. And at that point, maybe we didn't have those tools. So you have to forgive yourself and forgive the person so the current you can breathe. Forgive yourself. We make mistakes. It's okay. We're not that person anymore. We're moving forward. So forgive them and let it go. All right, number 4. Reclaim your territory. Reclaim your territory, right? Did you stop going to that favorite park or listening to that specific band or going to your favorite moose lodge because it belonged to the past? Well, go back. Reclaim those spaces. Infuse them with new memories. Don't let the past hold the deed to your joy, right? Don't make it be uncomfortable. If it's something you like and enjoy, bring it back. Come back home to it. Reclaim your territory. All right? Number 5. Focus on capacity and not outcome. Focus on capacity and not outcome. It's the first day with a new mouth, so I'm so sorry. All right. Winning at love isn't necessarily finding the one. It's knowing that you have the capacity to care, to be curious, and to be kind. If you focus on being a person who can love, the who eventually takes care of itself. All right? Focus on loving. Focus on giving and sharing. It's frightening, I know. I'm working through it right now. But every step forward is a step away from the old you and a step forward towards a new you. And look, all right, like I said, it's scary. You're feeling skeptical, but science has your back, okay? Research on post-traumatic growth shows that people who consciously work through emotional pain often report higher levels of intimacy and self-worth than before they were hurt. Think of it this way. It's like your heart is a piece of cast iron, right? Sometimes it needs to be seasoned with a little heat to become truly nonstick. But also, let's be honest, right? Being jaded is a full-time job with zero benefits and terrible hours. It's much easier to just admit you're a softie who likes connection and that it's than it is to pretend, be fake about being cold and unfeeling while secretly crying to 90s power ballads in your car. Love song by Tesla is mine. Okay. Before we go, I want to leave you with an actionable exercise, all right? So if you have that smartphone, sticky note, all that kind of stuff, if you still have it with you, the exercise is called a safe space reflection, all right? Safe space reflection. So sit down with a piece of paper or whatever you're going to use. I want you to draw a circle, right? And then a circle in the middle of the piece of paper, right? Inside the circle, I want you to write 3 things that make you feel safe, right? These things are just for you, right? It could be anything. It could be morning coffee, a favorite book, a specific walk, right? Now, outside the circle, I want you to write 1 micro vulnerability that you can commit to this week. Maybe it's texting a friend to say, I've been feeling a bit lonely lately, or maybe saying yes to a social invitation you normally decline. That's one of my big ones. Always getting invited out and never going out, and then always complaining I have no friends. Right? The circle is your anchor. The step outside is your growth. You don't have to leap. Again, small steps. All you have to do is you have to learn. So keep your heart open, even when it's heavy. Okay? Believe me when I say this, you're doing better than you think you are. You really are. Love yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. You are appreciated. Just keep living. Keep living. Folks, I want to thank you so much for listening to the Kairos Motivation Podcast. If this episode hit home, please share it with someone who might need it. And as always, keep showing up because you are not alone and the world needs you. Okay? Like and subscribe to our podcast for even more motivational content. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok for even more inspiration. And don't forget about the book, The Ways of Compromise, out now. Go get it. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 144. We look forward to seeing you next time for 145. Go be great.